Have you ever felt like your relationships are stuck in the same toxic patterns no matter what you do? Or like there's something holding you back from truly connecting with people? I felt the same way until I found these three books, which I'm going to share in today's video. They didn't just change how I see relationships, they changed how I see myself. Let me show you how. Book number one, Attached by Amir Levine. What if I told you right now that this whole time, how you've been navigating through relationships, friendships, you've been unaware of your attachment style? The book Attached by Dr. Amir Levine educated me so much about the three attachment styles: anxious, avoidant, secure. If you have watched my previous videos, you've probably started to become aware of your own. But to re-clarify, I can highly guarantee that you most likely have an anxious attachment. This book helped me recognize my own attachment style and how it affects behavior in relationships. 50% of the pool are secure. They have no problem making love or sharing their needs. They're not emotionally unavailable. They're pretty secure in themselves and know that they deserve love, as we all do. Anxious and avoidant individuals, me being anxious, is we kind of become needy, we cling, we always need constant reassurance, which isn't a bad thing. Those are just the needs that we need to have met. Those are just our needs. There's nothing wrong with that. Whereas avoidant people need more space. When things get too close, they tend to pull away. When I read this book last year in September, it felt like I was going throughout dating this whole time blindfolded. When I became aware of not only my own attachment style, but the person I was speaking to, their attachment style, it made the whole process of connecting with one another so much easier, because I started to become so much more aware of what my needs were, learned through this book how to communicate them. There's a chapter in this book, I think it's part 4, chapter 11, Effective Communication, Getting the Message Across. Now, as anxious individuals, one of our weakness is effectively communicating, because we think if we communicate our needs that our partner will dislike us, when in reality, when we can get our message across in the most efficient and effective way, our partner's attraction actually like 10x's, because we're being vulnerable. We're sharing something which we don't usually share with most people, but you share it with someone who means a lot to you. So right now, if you're kind of unaware of what your attachment style is, I highly recommend investing in this book. I'm kind of surprised they don't learn about any of this in high school. It's stuff that just doesn't get spoken about. And I'm here to tell you today that relationships thrive when both people are emotionally tuned, when they're on the same wavelengths, when they can understand each other's needs and values. It just makes a relationship flow. Another chapter in this book, it speaks about the anxious avoidant trap. And this is a trap most relationships fall into when they don't understand what their needs truly are. It's almost like one person's anxious, the other person's avoidant. This person wants reassurance but doesn't express that need. And the other person wants space but also doesn't express that need. So no one knows each other's boundaries. No one knows each other's needs. So they just fall into constant arguments, withdraw, toxic behaviors. Most relationships, especially in young adulthood, fall into this trap. And I guess the most important thing for you right now is that you're aware of it. Adrian just educated me about the anxious avoidant trap. That was all my previous relationships. Even though now I'm still a bit anxious myself, I'm going to hop on self-improvement. I'm going to read. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to educate myself so I can continue this journey of becoming more secure, because self-improvement is endless. It's a journey, and I'm so grateful I read this book, because now I feel like I'm making progress with my attachment, and I'm trying to do the work. I'm trying to become more secure, which will help me in the long term. When I realized I was anxious, I truly stopped blaming myself for feeling needy, and instead learned to communicate my needs more healthily. Invest in this book. It'll cost you $25. Book number 2, The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. This book is the self-improvement Bible. When I read this book at the start of 2024, it taught me and helped me understand everything about masculine energy and how it plays a role in relationships. I used to be that type of guy who would think it's all about being the alpha male, being red-pilled, but that's not authentic, and in reality that's all ego in which tons of guys are trying to follow and be. This is why so many girls in today's day and age say all guys are dumb, narcissistic, arrogant, because they all try follow this same shitty advice you see online, this like degenerate content. This book taught me it's about embodying purpose, presence, and integrity. And it states that a man with a mission is his most attractive self because he's not craving external validation. All of the validation he's searching for comes internally, in which when a really, really feminine girl sees this, it creates attraction because the masculine is all about searching for freedom and embodying purpose and trying to become his best self, almost like tunnel vision on his goals. And when a feminine girl sees this, the feminine girl craves connection and fulfillment. She wants the masculine guy who's productive and purposeful. Sounds like common sense, but so many young guys today are struggling with purpose and don't know what to do with life. They're being taught to go to school, go to uni, study a degree, get this 9-to-5 job, solving these pointless, meaningless tasks, which never gives them the freedom and fulfillment that they crave. It doesn't feel like they're solving problems which satisfies their needs as a masculine man. It doesn't feel like they're helping anyone out. This is why, bro, today, when I speak to people and I hear they're working some 9-to-5, I always ask them, what do you really like about it? And most of the time they'll say, oh, it's a really well-paying job. And what does it feel like you're solving a mission? Do you feel purposeful completing the tasks and problems? With purpose, you have to ask yourself, do you like the problems you're solving? Because as men, we all love solving problems. We're really, really logical. And when we're solving problems which don't feel productive or purposeful, doesn't feel like we're helping someone out, but we're only doing it just for superficial money and status, we become depressed. And this book taught me and educated me so much about purpose and how right now, all you should do is chase purpose. Your purpose layer after layer, peel layer after layer off, always coming closer and closer to your core purpose in life. If right now you're working a shitty job and you're not happy, but you're just doing it for money, bro, this is sacrificing your relationships because all of your energy is feeling drained. You're now less happier, or for some paper dollar note, bro. It's probably cost you a relationship. It's probably cost you happiness. Now, is that really worth it? Wouldn't you rather work on your own business, trying to solve your own problems? Which, yeah, in the short term, you're not making as much money as you're currently making. But in the long term, if you're truly, truly passionate about this purpose, this goal, this mission, your dating life, your relationships, everything will be improved by 10x. And your girl will be your number one cheerleader. She will be riding you, bro. She will be on your back as you climb Mount Everest. That's attraction. That's purpose. Your purpose comes first. And when you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, your relationships naturally improve. As when I started focusing on self-improvement, I noticed my confidence and my ability to lead increased and improved drastically. The Way of the Superior Man. Book number 3, How to Do the Work by Dr. Nicole LePera. This book is all about healing and becoming aware of emotional patterns from our past. It explains a lot how our childhood experiences shape our relationships today. In book number 1, I spoke about attachment styles, and now you're probably asking yourself, Adrian, how come I do have this anxious attachment? How come I do have this avoidant attachment, bro? Our attachment style gets developed through our childhood experiences and with our first relationship with our main attachment, aka our mum, our father. In childhood, maybe at times you weren't getting the love you truly deserved. Maybe your parents didn't read books about how to become a better parent. And this is nothing against them. This is completely out of your control. So I don't want you to feel resentful and be like, I did have shit parents. No. And that's not what I'm trying to say here. I'm extremely grateful for my parents. The main message I'm trying to get across is that no parents are perfect. And I grew up in a pretty big household having 3 other siblings. I guess my parents found it hard at times to balance the love with all 4 of us. So at times, maybe younger Adrian felt like he wasn't getting the love. And then maybe he did get shoved with love. And then it'd go away. On, off, on, off. What do you think this does to my nervous system? Gets love and the love's gone. It kind of just gives me this anxiety, this stress that, maybe I shouldn't love hard because the love can just go away. So I'm always going to overthink now because I don't know if I'm going to get love back in return. And with avoidant people, maybe their love was just non-existent. So now they just think of love as bad and they're just emotionally turned off because they've been so hurt in the past. How can we fix this? It comes through self-work and healing your inner child. Because right now, bro, as old as you are, as much of an adult as you actually are kind of like a big baby who still acts and reacts like how he did when he was a little kid. I guess the most important thing and value you find in this video is now the fact that you're aware, because awareness is the most like powerful thing, and you should constantly be trying to educate yourself and improve on this. Another thing this book speaks about is emotional addiction. And it states how we're addicted to drama and toxicity without even realizing it. What's an example of this? Right now, when you're sad or your girl didn't message you back or something like this, you're going to want to continue feeling sad because emotional addiction. You find this emotional junk food nourishing and good, but in reality, it just digs you a bigger hole. When you're angry, you want to keep feeling angry. This is why you continue to argue. You're emotionally addicted to poor emotions. When I read this, I became shocked. And I looked at myself and I said, holy shit. I'm stuck in these loopholes. I need to change this and start to become addicted to more of the nourishing emotions like love, joy, respect, kind, all these positive emotions I need to start becoming addicted to, because I know when I'm addicted to the right emotions, my whole life's going to improve and I'm going to have the right emotional addiction cycle, not junk food, nourishment. And this in the long term is only going to benefit my relationships because now externally I have so much more positive energy, this like secure, loving energy, this joyful playfulness. People are going to want to be around me. My girl's going to want to see me more. I'm going to want to see her more because I'm in a good mood. I've defeated my inner child. You recognize your patterns and you heal from your past to create your true self. I'm here to motivate you today that whatever's happened in the past, bro, it doesn't matter. And you can change. You can self-improve. You can eradicate all that past trauma which is holding you back today. You just need to do the work. Day after day, week after week, month after month. You hop on self-improvement. You journal. You meditate. You do deep breath work because your body's become accustomed to shallow breathing because of every single time you were to breathe deeply, it wouldn't last. And your parents would maybe scare you and then you just huff and puff. And that's how you're accustomed to breathing now, which isn't how you're meant to breathe. There's a lot to learn, but I truly hope this short, educational, valuable video has helped motivated and inspired you to take action and invest in these 3 books. Because I'm here to tell you today that if I didn't read these 3 books, I wouldn't be sitting here today. I wouldn't have a loving partner. I wouldn't be as confident, as emotionally available as I am. I'd still be my younger child self, insecure, weak, and emotionally addicted to junk food emotions. You can do the work. You can learn. You can educate. It will take you 3 months maximum to finish these books. Dedicate yourself a goal. My actionable step from this video is to finish one of these books every month over the course of 3 months, and that will mean I've completed 3 books. 3 months from now, bro, imagine what that future you is looking like. Imagine how much more efficient he can navigate his way through relationships because he's aware of his needs. He's aware of his inner child and past experiences. He knows more about purpose. He's now 20 times more attractive. He is now the superior man who's thriving and achieving all of his goals. These books have had a profound impact on my personal growth journey, and I wish the same for you. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these 3 books, and I'd love to hear all of your insights about them. And don't forget to click the like button and also the subscribe button so more of these videos can pop up on your homepage. Even that little bell icon so maybe you can watch them as soon as humanly possible. I'm also doing one-on-one coaching mentorship. It'll be the first link in the description. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.